Denny Hamlin opens up about his on-track actions and blames NASCAR. But why is he blaming the evolution of the sport for his aggressive actions on the track? What's the story behind his controversial encounter with Kyle Larson at Pocono? Will this new insight change the racing dynamics as we know them? Get ready for some serious debate, and join us as we explore the fascinating world of NASCAR racing. But before that, please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button for more whereabouts on NASCAR. Last week at the Pocono Raceway, Denny Hamlin achieved a significant milestone with his 50th career win. However, little did he know that this victory would lead to a lot of controversy and drama. Some people criticized him for a run-in with Kyle Larson during the final stage of the race. When Hamlin arrived at Pocono's victory lane, he was met with loud boos from the crowd. This backlash didn't stop there. He also faced a barrage of online slander, with angry fans even labeling him a hypocritical liar. As if that wasn't enough, things got even tenser when Kyle Larson expressed that there was unfinished business between them, severing their once friendly relationship. The situation took a toll on Denny Hamlin, and he eventually decided to reveal the true reason behind his aggressive on-track behavior. So, who does Hamlin blame for the incident? Well, during the HighPoint.com 400 Cup Series race at Pocono, Hamlin managed to overtake Kyle Larson on the inside line in the final laps. However, in the process, he pushed Larson's number 5 Chevy into the outer wall. After the race in the victory lane, Hamlin denied any contact with Larson's car, asserting that Larson wrecked himself. Now, in a candid interview on the Rubbin' His Racin' podcast with Large Barstool and Spider, Hamlin discussed the Pocono incident, saying, "I don't expect competitors to like it, because I've been on the other end of it, and I've hated it, and people talk all the time about, well, you're a hypocrite because you yell at Ross Chastain for wrecking you, and yell at Chase Elliott for wrecking you, but yet when you do it, it's fine. Wait a minute, I was on the shit end of those deals, of course. I have a certain kind of feeling about it. When you're on the winning end of it, you feel a little differently. Now it's very different when, if someone hooks you in the right rear or flat out just wipes you out from behind in a rubbing or an air situation at the end of a race for the win, it is different. You will not convince me otherwise." Claiming how NASCAR's racing evolution forced his hand at Pocono, Denny Hamlin said, "But of course, there's going to be different feelings depending on what side you're on. Everyone feels that way, so you're always going to see a different reaction when people have it done to them versus when they do it. But I've been used up enough by this type of driving that I've realized I must adapt or die because 3 times over the last 3 years, I've been in the lead and got wiped out. And I've just said, well, this is clearly the way that racing is going nowadays, and I must adapt my style to be more aggressive." On the other hand, Larson doesn't seem to be taking things lightly either, despite not being known for holding grudges. He's not letting the Pocono incident slide. On his High Limit Room podcast before the Cookout 400 Cup Series race at Richmond, Larson made it clear that he would race Hamlin differently. And he stuck to his words, bumping Hamlin's number 11 Toyota during the final stage of the race, showing that he's not afraid to get a little rough on the track. It's uncertain whether Denny Hamlin will retaliate against Kyle Larson in their next encounter on the track, or if they've put their differences behind them. The drama between these two drivers has certainly caught the attention of fans, and we'll have to wait and see how it unfolds. Meanwhile, Tyler Reddick, who drives the number 45 Toyota Camry TRD for 2311 Racing, which is co-owned by Denny Hamlin, also weighed in on the situation. Reddick shared his thoughts, indicating that whether Hamlin's move on Larson at Pocono was fair or not depends on the context of the individual's position in the championship standings. In racing, winning races is crucial, and the points awarded for victories are far more valuable than finishing second. Reddick seems to be leaning towards supporting Hamlin's aggressive driving, considering the importance of securing a spot in victory lane. Fans can look forward to the next race between Hamlin and Larson at Michigan International Speedway. As the regular season nears its end, the competition will undoubtedly intensify, and aggressive behavior on the track can be expected as drivers battle for a chance to contend for the championship this season. It's clear that there's some bad blood between these two drivers, and their recent actions are adding fuel to the fire. As fans, we get to witness the drama and tension that comes with fierce competition and rivalries in NASCAR. It's always interesting to see how drivers justify their actions and adapt their strategies based on the changing dynamics of the sport. Now, we're curious to know what the fans think about Hamlin's explanation for his aggressive driving. Do you agree with his perspective on NASCAR's racing evolution, or do you think there should be limits on how far drivers can go in their pursuit of victory? Let us know in the comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell button for more updates. It's clear that the concept of fairness in NASCAR has evolved, and as former Cup champion Brad Keselowski pointed out, what matters most now is whether a move is within the rules or not. Keselowski emphasized that drivers race to the rules, and if a move is deemed legal, then it's fair game, regardless of whether it appears aggressive or controversial. While winning the race and claiming the trophy is the ultimate goal, the aftermath of such incidents can leave a lasting impact on the drivers involved. Kyle Larson admitted that the loss at Pocono stung more than previous incidents because he felt he had no option but to lift, which ultimately led to him hitting the wall. Looking ahead, the upcoming races have the potential for similar side-by-side situations and opportunities for controversial moves. Tracks like Michigan International Speedway, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and Watkins Glen often present chances for drivers to push the boundaries of aggressive driving. These venues have seen their fair share of questionable finishes over the years. You're absolutely right. These discussions about aggressive racing and on-track incidents have been a part of NASCAR for a long time. Kyle Busch, for instance, reflects on his infamous encounter with Dale Earnhardt Jr. at Richmond in 2008. He acknowledges that pushing the limits of aggressive racing can sometimes lead to contact and incidents. In that particular race, Busch and Earnhardt Jr. were side by side for multiple laps, and the inevitable contact happened, leading to a heated moment on the track. The introduction of the next-gen car in 2022 has added a new dimension to these discussions. Drivers believe that the way the cars react when racing side by side has changed with the new car, and this can impact their strategies and decision-making. With the next-gen car, the advantage has shifted to the inside car in certain situations. If the inside car gets close to the outside car, it can make the outside car extremely tight, potentially putting them in a vulnerable position to being passed or moved out of the way. Furthermore, the next-gen car is designed to be more durable, meaning that it can withstand more contact and impacts than the previous cars. This durability has a profound effect on racing dynamics, as drivers may be more inclined to make more aggressive moves, knowing that the chances of damaging their cars are reduced. Brad Keselowski adds that the increased durability of the next-gen car has influenced the style of racing we see on the track. Passes via contact have become more prevalent, and drivers are expected to be more assertive in their moves. Brad Keselowski's analogy of the next-gen car being like a tank is quite telling. He points out that the car's increased durability has led drivers to race more aggressively, pushing the boundaries of what is considered acceptable racing behavior. The result is that moves are constantly pushing against an ethics line, making some incidents harder to categorize as purely intentional or accidental. NASCAR has maintained its stance that racing is a contact sport, and contact while racing for the position is permissible. As a result, moves that put another driver in a difficult position may be considered racing incidents rather than deliberate acts of retaliation. However, NASCAR has also taken a firmer stance on retaliation and aggressive behavior, issuing fines, points penalties, and even suspensions for drivers involved in egregious incidents. One of the concerns raised by drivers like William Byron is the lack of recourse for the driver on the receiving end of the aggressive moves. With the next-gen car's durability, the inside driver can make contact and move on, leaving the other driver with a damaged car and limited options for retaliation. This imbalance in consequences may be contributing to the increase in aggressive racing. As the racing continues to intensify, the big question is whether NASCAR will need to step in and officiate these situations more closely to maintain fair and competitive racing. Finding the right balance between allowing hard racing and preventing dangerous retaliation will be crucial to ensuring the sport remains exciting while promoting driver safety. Ultimately, as drivers adapt to the dynamics of the next-gen car and NASCAR responds to racing incidents, we may see the sport's direction and standards continue to evolve. The goal will always be to keep the racing exciting and competitive while ensuring fair play and safety for all drivers on the track. So that's all we've got for today. We hope you enjoyed it. Tell us what you think of the video in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We hope to see you in the upcoming video.